I'm trying to work out what this reminds me of, this track. It's sort of a bit like, it's kind of got a little bit of like Yellow Magic Orchestra vibe about it. You know, that kind of, boop, 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 boop. You know, that kind of sort of that thing, that sound that they always did so brilliantly. It's kind of like, yeah, like that early sort of Asian synth rock. Thank you, Anton. What is that, Anton? Tell us. Let us know. What is it?
To be honest, I'm not sure. It was.
Was it like? Was it something of you?
From Twitter.
Is it? They've up in their game then. They're upping their musical game. Although I have to say, I found that the loop was not in time. I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but the loop was not in time, which of course thoroughly pisses me off whenever I hear that. Welcome everybody to Minted Radio. Hello everybody. This is we're going to do this like once a month, and got some of the team with me here. We're just once a month. What we're going to do is we're going to invite the artists that come on the platform for our GetMinted concept, of which Anton or Ollie, I think, is going to tell everybody a little bit. Ollie, are you going to come up on the stage here? It's just me and Anton at the moment. It's kind of lonely. Let's see if Ollie's going to come up on stage. Hang on. Here you go, Ollie. I invite you to speak. And Anton, invite anybody else up as well to speak. I've also invited a few of my NFT artist friends along as well, because the whole kind of idea of GetMinted is to help artists come into this space in a really, really sort of sympathetic way, because it can be quite daunting, you know. It's ideas of, what am I supposed to do? I mean, not just the technical side, but everything else that's involved. So GetMinted is the idea of helping artists come on. It's a really simple thing. The one criteria we have is that they mustn't have minted anywhere else. This must be their first time they've minted. So they come in, and we handhold them a little bit, and we explain what's going on, and we explain the concepts of Web3, and we help them out. And what we thought we'd do a space where we could encourage them to come on, tell about themselves, about their projects and their music and what they're up to and stuff like that, but also bring in some of the absolute degens of the music NFT space to help them a little bit and just give them a little bit of advice. So really, really pleased that I can see already that Kurt and Winebags have come in. Thank you very much, guys. And also... oh yeah, MEG is also in as well. So that's great. So my daughter calling me. So first and foremost, how are we doing, chaps? Anton, how's life in TokenTraxx? Sorry, I didn't come in the office today. How did the office miss me?
To be honest, I can't tell you. I was working from home. I'm a bit ill.
You're fired.
Nah, please. It's not my fault.
I'm sorry. It's all right.
Yeah, I was sick the last two days.
Mate,
so I don't know.
I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry to hear that, my brother. I'm really, really sorry to hear that. How?
Thank you.
Ollie, how are you, mate? Miss Flo, how is you?
I am wonderful today. Thank you, Tommy. It's been great. We've been missing both of you in the office, and I'm glad to be in the space here today with you.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good space. This. Let's try and get some more people in. Please remember, retweet this room. This is an educational and helpful space, and hopefully other people will come in who maybe haven't dropped on TokenTraxx or just are interested in the Web3 space in general. It's about bringing new artists together who've not done this before and helping them understand what this space is all about. Because I think the cool thing about it is it's changing all the time. You know, I've been doing this since October. Well, I've been in crypto since 2016, but I've been we formed TokenTraxx back in 2020, and you know, I'm still, every day I learn a new thing. Every day I'm learning out new projects and new concepts and stuff like that, and it's so exciting. It's really creative. It's really, really good fun. So first of all, thanks very much for everybody. As usual, please retweet the room, and the little box at the bubble box at the bottom there on the bottom right is where anybody who's in there can ask questions, but also you can share the room as well. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. We're off. Let's do it. So let's start with the first artist who I think we'll start with. Who should we start with, Ollie? What do you think?
I think anyone. Fluid's in the room with us, so that'd be a great artist to start with.
Let's start with Fluid. Is Fluid up on the stage? Yes.
Yes.
Hey, Fluid. Thank you very much for dropping in the TokenTraxx space. Get your
Hey man, thank you for
hey
inviting
mate,
me.
anytime. Get your friends to come in the space so they can listen to what we're going to talk about and they can understand. You know, any art, any fans that you've got, any people like that you've got a good connection with. Let's get them into the space so they can hear you, hear about what you're up to, hear about what you're doing in your journey in Web3. But first things first, where are you based, Fluid? Because you sound like you could be miles away. Although of course on Twitter you could be anywhere.
Oh, I'm from India.
And you in India at this moment?
What?
Are you in India at this moment?
Yeah. I'm in
Fantastic.
India.
And how long you been making music, Fluid?
I am making music for like 5 years now.
Amazing. And are you what kind of, how would you describe your style?
Oh, I started making music with I started making music by listening to stuff from Marshmello and Martin Garrix and like DJ and EDM stuff, and then I switched my style to more chill stuff, and now in future I will change my style to more vocal stuff, like I will try to sing. For now it's chill stuff like lo-fi and something you can chill to.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm a big fan of all that kind of stuff. So listen, this is the Fluid track. This is Fluid with you and me. I'm going to play a little bit of this. Please, I'm not going to play the whole tracks. I'm just going to play like a minute and a half snippet of it so we can get a feel for it, and then we can come back and listen to and talk about the track. So here's this Fluid with you and me. Coming at you live and direct. Oh, hang on, that's not coming through. Hang on 1 minute. I need to switch this over here. There we go. Now it's coming through. So that was Fluid, and or One Fluid rather, with you and me, and I really love that track. That's really nice. I like his vibe. I like it kind of mellow and kind of. I'm always up for a little bit of mellow. I like the fact that it sounds like he's almost got. I know it's probably not, but it sounds like he's got a bit of live saxophone at the end there, which is pretty cool. Oh, there he is. You're back again. Fluid's back again. So I'm excited to find out if this is so fluid. Thanks so much for coming back on stage. I love that track, mate. It's really, really cool, and I'm a proud owner of it. I purchased it on TokenTraxx on the site. Tell us a little bit about the track. How did you make it? Is that a bit of live saxophone at the end there? I can hear. Hello, Fluid. We've lost him again. Fluid, can you not speak? This could be the classic Twitter space rug shit that we all have to put up with 24/7. Fluid, while you're sorting out your microphone, let's move on to the next. Tune. Actually, you know what? I'm going to come to Kurt. Actually, let's come to Kurt. Kurt, what did you think of that, mate?
Yeah, it was nice. Good kind of a build, and I like the instrumental stuff, so it was nice. I liked it.
Yeah, it's cool, and it's a shame that we can't get Fluid to speak, but I do know what Indian internet is like. Let's move on to the next one. Ollie, who else have we got up here? Are you there, Ollie?
We have young AVK with us in the chat. So that's going to be some lovely hip hop and trap music for us.
Yeah. Absolutely love AVK. AVK, I'm absolutely loving your tune. It is so sick, mate. Tell us a little bit about yourself, AVK. Where are you from?
So I'm originally from Vermont. It's a small state in the United States. But right now I'm living in Colorado. So yeah.
And how long you been making music for, mate?
Been making music since I was 13, 20 years now, so 7 years in the game.
That's a good amount of time, actually, because that's when it all really starts to come together. I always think it takes a bit of good 3 or 4 years before you start getting your feet a little bit. So 7 is about when it really starts to come together.
Right.
So what we're going to do, this track we're going to play is, this one's called Mad Max. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the track before I play it, or should I go straight into playing it?
Yeah. So, I made this track, I think it was last year. I made that around April, and then I decided to release it around May time, which is actually my birthday month. I thought it was a important time to release that, and I was just getting back into making music and stuff. I took a little break, just had some personal stuff going on, but yeah. So this track is definitely it was kind of a stepping stone into my sound right now, because I feel like my sound has changed a lot since I started, for real. So yeah.
Who is your kind of influences, would you say?
A lot of people say I sound like Eminem, but I kind of see that. But I'll say, in the beginning, I started listening to Eminem, 50 Cent, Big L, Big Pun, so a lot of lyricism and stuff like that. But when I started going into middle school, high school, I was listening to more Chicago stuff, so G Herbo and Young Pappy, rest in peace. But yeah. So
yeah, I can hear that. I can hear definitely a bit of Young Pappy going on in there, and yeah, this is so. Look, let me play the tune because it's absolutely slamming, and I can't wait to play it. Young AVK, this is Mad Max, and this is Young AVK. Let's do it.
Young MBK, round with a 12 gauge, bitch, I'm hell raising. Big ass slugs can fuck around and go melt Satan. Masturbation, bitch, I'm coming through with a master plan. Dapper Dan, drip dropping flows with a swagger, damn. Average, y'all flows really ain't hot like that. Mine's like a fucking nuke bomb with the sun attached. Blow up your whole damn studio, cause those songs is ass. Waste all your money, you should probably retire for rap. Precise shooter, don't miss, take you right off the map. Blue bin, fresh shit out the bank, I'm counting up cash. Motherfuckers saying they the best, but I'm tired of capping. 17, I was better than dudes pushing 30 facts. This upgraded version from the old me. Hating on my ass like, bitch, come and blow me. Mostly dudes that like Hosey, I ain't fucking with y'all. Only in this bitch with my homies, and I put that on God. 100, ain't no discussion unless it's music or money. I'm going dummy, Monday to Sunday. Been waking up early, getting shit jumping up. And this 24/7 hustling, this really ain't nothing. Cause I've been doing this as a youngin'. They summoned the killer. Fucked up inside my head when I spit a motherfucking verses. Ella, then your whole discography, bitch, I can't even compete with me up on the MIC. Cause all I see is weak ass shit or hard ass beat. peace, for real. I'm so high up off this earth, man, I'm levitating, medicating, smoking on this herb, my mind is elevated, never could be replicated. Through these tracks I demonstrated, put my fucking life into this shit, I'm fully dedicated. And any dude wanna hate can get the fuck around, you'll catch a couple rounds, you best start ducking down. Dudes that don't like women, y'all should start coming out. I wonder how these motherfucking clowns be getting all this clout. Like, that shit don't even make sense. Fuck you wasting my time for, bitch, I don't got the patience. I'll knock the taste up out of your mouth, you better save it. Dude say he really want smoke, come here and face it. Been getting better with every song I'm making. Never could stop the storm, can never tame him. No, we ain't speaking to me, speaking of greatness. I put this on my mama, motherfucker, I'm gon' make it. Bitch, fuck.
Yes, 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 yes. Oh man, Young AVK, that tune is sick. Man, let's hear it for Young AVK. Let's get some stars up there, man. Let's get some flowers. Let's get some hearts. I mean, that is a tune and a half, Young AVK. Did you do the track as well, or is that a collab with somebody?
So that's a collab with one of my producers. He's actually my homie. His name is Ethan, but he goes by Bloomin' Beats.
Let's shout out to Bloomin' Beats. Those beats are blooming.
Yeah, nah, for real. He's a great producer, great engineer. Yeah, I mean, he mixed that track for me, mastered that track for me, produced the beat. I mean, I just wrote the lyrics and laid down the vocals, really. So
No, those vocals are sick,
really,
man. Those vocals are absolutely sick, and I love your rhymes as well.
Man, all love, man. Appreciate it, for real.
So that is Young AVK, and that is available on TokenTraxx. You can get that. This is Young AVK's inaugural, I think that's the word, isn't it? Inaugural drop into NFT world. And what we are doing tonight on this space, is insane. So what we're going to do is we're going to give away some of these NFTs, right? Some of the ones we're going to play tonight, we're going to give away. All you have to do, follow TokenTraxx, retweet the tweet I'm about to post up at the top here, which is the tweet that's basically this room, right? Is it this one? Let me see. Yeah, here we go. So I'm going to post this. It's the pinned tweet on TokenTraxx. It's now on the Jumbotron up the top there. Retweet that tweet, follow TokenTraxx, and follow all of the artists in that list. There you go. Let's do that, right? So follow all the artists in that list. And then what we're going to do in about 15 minutes time, so you got to keep listening. In about 15 minutes time, we're going to pick one out, or maybe two. Yeah, we're going to pick two out, and two people from the audience who retweeted that tweet and followed TokenTraxx and all the artists on that list that are in that tweet. And then we're going to retweet that. We're going to call that out, and yeah, whoever does it, you got to stay in the room. No, you got to stay in the room. Whoever stays in the room and retweets all that stuff and follows everybody will win one of these NFTs. So please get on that. Let's do it. Let's support the artists, because this is what Web3 is all about. It's about supporting the artists. It's about giving them a little leg up. I call it front loading. It's about supporting the artists, not only with a little bit of money, but also a little bit of community. So when you own one of these NFTs, you are now start at the beginning of the artist community. Let's talk a little bit about community. I'm going to bring Kurt into this. If you could talk a little bit about the community for those young artists that are just starting out in this space. Kurt is an absolute legend. He's one of the biggest NFT music collectors out there, but also one of the biggest supporters of music NFTs and the artists that have been in this space, been collecting for a couple of years now, been into crypto for even longer. Kurt, what are you looking for, if you don't mind me asking? What are you looking for when you're listening to a music NFT? What are the kind of criteria that you'd like to be buying up music NFT? Is it the music itself? Is it the artist? Is it the tradability? Perhaps you could kind of give us a little bit of an insight into what that is.
Yeah, sure. I mean, obviously, I love the music first and foremost. So if it's good music, and especially if it's music I connect with, and I'm almost always going to support it. Provided it's not like a really expensive one-of-one piece or something like that maybe let's say out of my price range or whatever. So yeah, for me, definitely the music is the most important. Um, Obviously, the music is the most important. Um, Obviously, the art is really cool too, and can be, but I think it also depends on like what your goal is with your launch, like what you're trying to accomplish. because, you know, as we've seen, or people maybe don't, who are newer to the space, maybe don't know as much, but as far as this goes, but you know, the interesting thing about NFTs is, in particular music NFTs, is you know, you have this artwork component to it, um, where it could just be about the art, but also there's this collectability aspect to it that is also different, right? Because you can still incorporate art, but you can also incorporate, you know, rarity structures and tiers and different things, right? So I think for me, it just really depends on like the size of the collection, you know, whether or not it's a blind mint, you know, um, kind of like what the maybe utility is if you're going to go that route, you know, like if the utility is interesting, you know, then yeah, then maybe people would want to collect more than one, or then maybe they collect a set or whatever, right? I mean, you could structure it any way you want, and obviously there's better ways to structure than not, but it really just kind of depends. But yeah, for me, it's like, I mean, obviously the music is the most important thing for me personally, but like I said, you know, there's also this whole aspect of collectability and tradability that you can get within this space to also provide more value to the collection itself and the artist, which is super interesting. That it's really we haven't seen in anywhere else. You know, I mean, you know, you have a little bit of that with some of the old style like vinyls and things like that, and maybe some of the old school fan clubs. You know, some musicians had, but it was still very limited, and you know, you're still always subject to the, you know, finality of you know, physical goods, right? Which is what's cool about this space too, because like, you know, you could have, let's say, a one of one NFT with the art and the music and all that, and you know, it's not going to burn up in a fire. It's not going to get lost. It's not going to get damaged. You know, so it's a lot of interesting aspects to this space that I think really helps out. You know, really shape what music and kind of that combination of music and art and collectability can become, I think. So, yeah.
Yeah, and also it's interesting because I was having this conversation today on a different space. Actually, we were talking about the environmental impact of music, and people. One of the things that people always say, you know, often say, "Oh my God, you know, blockchain, you know, Web3, NFTs, isn't that killing the planet?" And you know, and yet at the same time they're buying vinyl, which is one of the most biggest pollutants, you know, polymers that make up the vinyl, and then of course you've got a physical product that needs to be taken. Oh, and by the way, have you seen how much it costs to run a 24/7 streaming service like Spotify? In fact, have you seen how much it costs to send a tweet? You know, the environmental impact of sending a tweet, for example, or boiling an egg, or any of those things. So a lot of, you know, every industry uses technology, uses energy of some kind, right? Every industry does. The question is how well they're using that energy and how efficiently they're using that energy. And there's a lot of evidence to say that blockchain technology actually drives renewable energy going forward. So one of the things you can do is if you go and check out in my Koji link in my profile, you can see that there's an NFT Web3 resource that I've put together. If you're interested in this space, go and check out that resource. There's loads and loads and loads of really interesting articles and videos and all kinds of stuff, but there's also a whole section on the environment and Web3. So I thoroughly recommend everyone have a look at some of those articles that I've actually collected there, and I'm updating that all the time. It's a really good resource. Anytime I find a really cool article, I update it. So I want to come back to Young AVK, and then we're going to come back to Fluid as well, because I think he's back in the room. Young AVK, what's your plan now for the future? First of all, with your music, what's next on the horizon with your music?
So I actually got an EP dropping this May. It's gonna be a 5-track EP. And all the songs on it, I really think is an upgrade from my last album that I dropped last year in July. So yeah.
And that's going to be available. When did you say that was going to be available? Sorry, I missed that bit.
May of this year, sometime in May, probably May 9th, hopefully. yeah.
Sweet. So listen, check out and what do you think so far with Young AVK? What do you think about your experience so far with Web3? Did you know much about blockchain, NFTs, crypto before you got involved with TokenTraxx?
I mean, I know a little bit, but not like too much. I did a little bit of research and stuff on Web3, and yeah, I mean, it was pretty easy to set up um my track and everything, my drop on TokenTraxx. So, I mean, yeah, everything on there was pretty smooth and simple.
And did
So,
the boys look after you? That's the important thing. Did they look after you?
yeah, yes, they did. Yes, they did. Of course.
Oh man, that's great.
Um,
I'm glad to hear. Well, look, we're super excited to have you launching. One thing, what I would say is the big thing about Web3 is to look at it like you're playing gigs, right? Think of it like what you do, the effort you put into playing a gig. You go and you have to get all your shit together, get the tracks together, rehearse a band. If you've got some musicians, you have to go out and find the gigs. You have to go to travel to the gig. You have to then get to play the gig. Then you're meeting people afterwards, potentially, signing some autographs. If you've got some merch, you're trying to sell that. And then you carry on and so on and so on and repeat and repeat. Web3 is similar. It's similar. But what you're doing is you're looking at the gigs are like online. So your gigs are like in social media. One of the main places you can do this is through Twitter and through Twitter Spaces, and get on and onto Twitter Spaces. Again, in my NFT Web3 resource, there is a list of Twitter Spaces, particularly ones around music, that you can jump on at any time when you've got a bit of spare time. You can jump on, like you've just jumped on this Twitter Space today, and you can come up, and often they're like open mics. It's like that. You come up and you can play a bit of your track, and you can tell them about your what you're doing and what you're up to, just like we've done now. And if people like it, they'll support you. They'll come to TokenTraxx and they'll buy your. And if people like it, they'll support you. They'll come to TokenTraxx and they'll buy your NFT. And it's as simple as that. And the NFTs that we sell through GetMinted, they are not breaking the bank. They're like $15-20, something like that. So they're just nice way of helping an artist get into this space, supporting the artist, getting into this space, but also giving them the start of a taste of what Web3 has to offer. So I would say, AVK, go into some Twitter Spaces, tell everyone about your project. It's a great project. We love what you're doing. We're super excited to put some more stuff out for you on TokenTraxx. Listen to what other people are doing in this space. Look at what other people are doing with the drops. Come back to us and talk about what you want to do. Get creative. Think creative, what you would like to do with this space once you understand it. So, yeah, do you understand what I'm saying?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Wicked. All right, my brother. Well, thank you for that. Listen, I've just found something out about Twitter Picker. You can't put in more than 5 names. So all you have to do to enter this competition, which I'm going to be announcing the winner in about 5 to 10 minutes, is just follow TokenTraxx. But please follow all the artists. But in order to be eligible, you just have to follow TokenTraxx, okay? And then retweet that tweet that I posted at the top up there, the one to get everyone going. Okay, let's move back to Fluid. Hopefully, Fluid is now more fluid. Look at that. So professional with his way of moving in here. Fluid, are you back with us, my brother? You were having some Indian internet demons, I think, right?
No. I guess the internet was fine. I guess it's just Twitter.
It's just, yeah, it is. It's Elon. Thanks, Elon. We love you, but thank you.
But thanks to Elon, he just changed the bug.
So we got to hear your track. We got to hear your track before, you and me. And I wanted to know, there was a bit on the end of that track that sounded like it was a real saxophone. Was that a real saxophone?
It's not. It's just a contact saxophone.
Well, I have to say, it's pretty good. It's not bad. I wasn't quite, I was like, woo. Yeah. So tell us what you've got coming up, Fluid. What are you going to do some more? You going to be doing more music? Are you doing some gigs? Are you playing out anywhere, or you DJing? What's happening next for Fluid?
Oh, I've never played anything like DJ or something, but I will change my genre to more of like soft, but also some vocals. I will add vocals to my tracks.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I mean,
like my vocals.
people always love vocals, mate. People always love vocals. So look, this is you, and what you're going to do some more tracks through TokenTraxx. You're going to be. Did you enjoy the experience? First of all, it's very important.
Yes, I love it.
Oh, thanks, man. Well, look,
Because it's on Polygon. I love Polygon.
yeah, of course. Yes, absolutely. We love the Polygon kids. They're really, really good. They're for those that don't know, they're a brilliant blockchain, nice and cheap, and but really great service and great team as well. We have a partnership with Polygon. We have a partnership with Zilliqa, and of course we're Ethereum based as well. So on TokenTraxx, you can do any kind of NFT you might want to do. And we also partner with OX Splits and Reveal to create multi-wallet, sort of signature wallets and all kinds of different kind of flows that you might need for if you collaborate with different types of people and stuff like that. That's the beauty of Web3. Everyone gets paid instantly. There's no arguments. It's just instant. It's automatic. That is the beauty of Web3. So, Fluid, you're going to be dropping some more stuff on TokenTraxx with us?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, brilliant.
I have a lot of tracks there.
Yeah, well, fire some through. Talk to the boys. Let's get some more stuff going. And the advice I gave to young AK is the same advice I'm going to give to you. Go out there, get into spaces, tell people about yourself, tell people about your project. Sell. Just sell. It's as simple as that. You're selling an NFT, but you're also selling, more importantly, you're selling yourself. You're selling yourself as an artist, and people will take a notice if you make enough noise. It's as simple as that. And there is no different to doing that in Web3 as there is to doing that in social media or on streaming or whatever. You still have to, get yourself out there. Make yourself known. Let's move on to the next one, and then I think after the next one.
Man, thanks for that, brother.
Hey, my pleasure, my brother. Let's move on to the next artist, and then I think after that we're gonna have I think we'll do. Yeah, I think we'll give some NFTs away, right? Ollie, I think it's going to be you, right? Is it Miss Flo?
That is right.
Yeah.
Next project up.
All right, fantastic. So Ollie, actually, this is a ringer because Ollie actually works for us. But actually, I just want to clarify this. Ollie actually came to us with his music first and foremost because he wanted to drop on TokenTraxx. And we loved Ollie so much that we invited him to come and hang out with us in the office and work with us on stuff. So Ollie's been doing some brilliant stuff in onboarding people and helping people come onto this space. But Ollie is a fantastic artist in his own right, and he's dropped 3 different tracks on TokenTraxx. We got Crash 1, we got Flux, and we got Meanwhile. I'll play one first, Ollie. And which one would you like me to play?
I think Crash 1 would be great to play first.
Sick. Okay, this is Crash 1 from... Hey, there we go. Sorry about that. This is Crash 1 from Miss Flo. Ooh, got me ready, mate. Got me ready. Mate, I'm literally sitting by a pool in Ibiza right now, or like on Salinas Beach, for those that know Ibiza. I'm sitting there and the waves are crashing, and it's like I got my, well, for me, whiskey. I got my whiskey in my hand, for other people, pina coladas or beer or whatever it is you drink. That is such a chill track. Tell us a bit about that track, mate, about the process of you putting it together. It's so sick.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Tommy. The track came about, I made it a couple of years ago. So I produced my music in Ableton, and it just started out really with just a little piano idea. I was messing around on my MIDI keyboard, messing around with chords, stumbled upon something I really like, and then kind of threw in my own like hip hop trap influenced beats onto it. And yeah, that came out, and I was really, really happy about that.
Yeah, I agree. It's got that lovely, because I mean, it's, I know for a fact that out there in Twitter land, you're not getting the full impact of the sound. Can you hear the music all right? Does it sound okay out there in Twitter land? I know it sounds
Relatively good.
yeah, relatively good. I know. I mean, this is something that Elon definitely needs to sort out, is the sound for Twitter, because it's just horrendous. But yeah, I get, I mean, in here where I'm listening to it, my headphones on and stuff, it sounds absolutely sick. Bottom end is super fat. Me and Ollie have a rather, have these quite in-depth plugin conversations, don't we, Ollie? It was like, that plugin's great. And then, oh, you've seen this one? He's always got a great plugin for Ollie has. So tell us a bit more about what you're going to do. You've got 3 tracks available up on TokenTraxx, Crash, One, Flux. Meanwhile, they're all slightly different, aren't they? Right?
Yeah, that's right. So I'd say Crash One is more trap influenced. The others are more boom bap influenced. Because growing up, I listened to a lot of different kinds of hip hop music, mostly boom bap, old school stuff, like I'd say Jay Dilla and maybe Madlib. And like growing up later, I kind of got into the more trappy kind of stuff, like Kanye West or DJ Smokey, who's an amazing trap music pioneer. And so yeah, I kind of like exploring all the different sides of it, really, the different aspects of hip hop production and blending them together. And that was kind of the idea behind 3 tracks.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane, mate. I'm really, really loving it. And also I just think, again, this is your first. I can't believe you've not done anything in Web3 before this, because I think the stuff is really high quality. But how are you finding initially your journey? And obviously you're biased because you're now working with us. How are you finding your kind of first foray into Web3?
Yeah, I'm finding it really exciting, to be honest, because I started learning about crypto a couple of years ago when the bull market was like going crazy and everyone was shouting about it, and stumbled onto NFTs, and I really like kind of became fascinated with the potential they have to change the industry. And I think what I mean by that is, like right now, it feels like the Web2 industry, we're relying massively on massive corporations such as like Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, and these guys kind of make up the rules. And over time, it seems like the paper stream has drastically been reduced. What they pay for, like, I made maybe on Spotify 30,000 total streams with these 3 tracks, and I got, I think, from DistroKid around $110, something about that. So I thought, damn, this is not necessarily the best. And I really like the idea of taking control of my own music and like building my own audience on my own terms. And that's kind of where NFTs come into place.
Yeah, and I think the beauty, I mean, it's really, really good. I mean, I'd love to come back to Kurt again, actually, Kurt. First of all, Kurt, how are you finding Miss Flow? You feeling that? You're going to be picking that one up for the collection?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I love that. I mean, like, I just totally agree with everything you said, Tommy. Very chill, sitting by the beach, just, maybe looking off into the sunset or whatever. Like, yeah, absolutely. No, I love that. So I'm even like imagining like melodies that could go along with it, you know. So no, I love that.
And what advice would you give, Miss Flo, but also, Young AVK and Fluid and stuff? What advice would you give them in regards to what they could do, how they could help get their music out there in Web3 world, and people kind of getting in behind them and supporting them? Because I think one important thing is, like, collectors are really, really, this is the beauty of Web3. I love collectors, and collectors are shining here, because if you collect, people are looking to collectors like Kirk, and shout out to Alec in the audience there as well, looking to big collectors like you guys and saying, oh wow, well, if they've got it, it must be good. So what advice would you give to the guys?
Yeah, I mean, I would say in general, you know, as much as you can be present, I think that helps a lot. I mean, you don't have to sit in Twitter Spaces all day, but it's like, you could set up your own uh, either Discord or like a weekly Zoom call or something. I would say, try to focus on building your own individual community. A lot of times, especially now, like there's going to be a lot of overlap, right? Especially if you have common connections. And but as much as you can kind of, you know, focus on building up your individual community and then providing value to them in any way that you can. And it could be anything. It doesn't have to be anything crazy either, but maybe occasionally, like, holders would get like a free piece of merch or something, or even discounted merch, whatever. Or, maybe you do a bigger drop, and then, as part of that, your holders maybe get something for free or whatever down the road, whatever. Like, there's a lot of different ways you can do it, but just any way that you can kind of build your own individual brand, and then, try to always give back to those original collectors. You want to make it to where other people are going to want to come into the ecosystem from outside and be one of those collectors, right? And that's really what will drive up the overall value of a collection is, supply and demand, right? If you have a relatively small supply, but everybody wants to be a holder because you have, like, built a great community, and there's enough, perks that make people want to stick around, then more people are going to want to come. And then if they want to buy into your ecosystem, it's going to cost them a little bit more. So that's, I guess, my main advice there. Just really focus on your community, and try to find unique and interesting ways to create value.
Yeah, and that's a really, really important point, because we come from the Web2 world, where it's all about streams, it's all about likes, and it's all about listeners, and it's all about millions and millions and millions and millions. And the whole point about Web3 is it doesn't matter whether you've got 5 people who collect you, or 500 or 5,000. You got to treat each one of those as really special, because they've, not only have they parted with a little bit of cash, which in this day and age, and with the cost of living crisis, what we're all suffering from, is a big deal. It's a big deal. But also, they're there because they want to support you. They like what you're doing. They want to, they want you to do well. Remember that the beauty of NFTs is that if you do well, your NFTs become valuable, and those early NFTs that people have invested in and bought into become more valuable, and therefore, further down the line, maybe they'll be able to sell them at a great profit. That's the beauty of this space. I was talking to another great music NFT artist yesterday, Josh Savage. We were together writing some songs here in London, and we were talking about how, won't it be amazing when, an artist that's come through Web3 like Josh is headlining at Wembley or Glastonbury even, or something like that, and there in the front row are all the original NFT owners, the owners of the original NFTs, right there at the front row of Glastonbury, supporting them. And that's what we believe you can do in this space. That's what we believe is what's going to be so powerful about that. So great advice from crypto therapist Kirk. You're an absolute genius. You're a genius. You're a Genesis as well. You're a genius. And really, really thank you so much for your support. So it's come the time. I think we'll just have a little bit of like exciting music to kind of get us going. Here we go. Oh yeah, here we go. It's competition time. It's competition time. Yeah, 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 yeah. There you go. That's the competition time music. How about that? Isn't that fucking great? That was Full Flight by Sid Dale. And yeah, two people I'm going to pick out at random. I've done the Twitter picker thing, guys, so don't worry. You don't have to do it. I've done it. Two people are going to win an NFT of your choice from the list of that we've got there. And the first one, are you still in? Yep, you've got to be still in. That's the thing. You've got to still be in the space. And I can see that the first one is going to be... Drum roll. Beer Magician. Yes, Beer Magician. You are a regular to my space on Mondays, and so I'm going to give you an NFT. Well done, Beer Magician. I think we just need to give you actually like a little... Is the first winner. Beer Magician, if you want to come up and say a few words, you're more than welcome. Please come up. The second one, hang on, let's just do the music again. Here we go. Ready, ready, ready. Here comes the music again. Woo! We've got to beat from the start, though. Here we go. Yay! Right, that's the second. That's the music, the competition time. The second winner of tonight's Twitter picker is... Remember, you had to retweet the room, that tweet at the top there, and you had to follow TokenTraxx. Second one is going to be... who can I pick? Is he still here? No, he's not here. Oh, okay. We're going to give it to, my, my brother. We're going to give it to Alec, because Alec is an absolute gent and an incredible person in this space. I'm going to give it to you, Alec, because you're a great, great guy, and what you're doing is and helping and supporting artists is amazing. I know you probably would have bought it anyway, but I'm going to give you one anyway, so you can then go and buy the other 5. But yeah, Alec is amazing. Alec, if you want to come up on stage as well, and here we go. His Beer Magician's coming up here, and also Alec's coming up as well, and both Beer Magician and Alec are NFT artists in their own right, so it'd be great to get their take on what's happening with this space. Beer Magician, fantastic. How do you feel? You're a winner, baby.
Oh, so exciting. It's like winning the lottery. Like
I hope so. It should fucking feel like that, because these are top tracks, man. So you just need to tell the guys which one you want and DM your address, your wallet address, and of course the guys will do it. Just DM. What should we do? DM TokenTraxx. What do you think, Ollie, or DM you? Who should we DM? Probably
DM TokenTraxx.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Everybody in here.
Just DM everybody. Tell them how brilliant you are and how amazing you are.
Listen to all of them for sure, because the two you played so far are pretty badass.
They're fire, mate. They're fire. Yeah. They're fire. Well, 3 we've played so far. We've had, of course, we've had Miss Flo, we've had Fluid, and we've had Young AVK. And of course we've got Anton as well, so we can play Anton's track as well. So Anton is also a member of the TokenTraxx team. You see. You got people who work in the office putting their NFTs through TokenTraxx. That's how much they know how good we are as a company, is that they trust their music to our platform. I mean, it's like, come on, you wouldn't be doing anything. Is Brian coming on the space tonight? I don't think so, right? Okay, so okay, fine. But we'll play Anton's in a minute. In fact, I tell you what, by the end of the play today, I'm going to give away another one, right? I'm going to give away another one. So we're going to have another 10, 15 minutes on this space, and then we're going to shut it down. So retweet that tweet at the top there. Make sure you follow TokenTraxx. That's all you need to do. Retweet the tweet at the top and the Jumbotron there, the one that says join us for the first Get Minted. Retweet that. And follow TokenTraxx. And then I will announce another winner in 10, 15 minutes. But be a magician, and Ali, I'll come to you in a second. What advice would you've been doing NFTs, what advice would you give to the guys about, newbies in the space and these guys here up on stage today? What advice would you give them that in your experience of doing stuff with Web3?
Just especially from kind of the artist side, because I've mainly just been collecting, but I've been, working on thinking about doing some stuff, art and music things on my own too. And I think a big thing is just, obviously do cool stuff, have fun with it, but try to, if you can kind of maybe gamify it a little bit, whatever that kind of means, but like you said before, whoever was saying that the community is a huge part, is have a Discord or like a Twitter community or something at least where you can kind of have Telegram, whatever it is, but have a space where you can kind of talk to people and ask questions. And just the more you connected you are with people, the easier it is to buy stuff, and the harder it is not to buy stuff when they put out new things. The more you kind of get to know everybody. So it's like somebody drops something, you're like, well, I have to get that now, or I feel like a dick or something. So it's the community part's big.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. I think that is really it's a brilliant thing that you said there, because that kind of FOMO, the fear of missing out, is really inherent in what we do with Web3 stuff, because you're like, yeah, I want to be part of that community. I want to, and it's a bit like if you think about being, following a sports team, or I don't know, being a collector of something. Maybe you collect stamps, or you collect pictures of something, or you crazy. I love collecting all kinds of stuff. I collect Jordans, and I collect shells, and I collect vintage guitars, and I collect vintage whiskey, and I've got loads of things that I have a little penchant for. And I always in that kind of concept of like, I feel like missing out. It's like, I've got to get that. It's like, so I think that's what we're doing with. That's what Web3 does, is it brings that back to music, because music has been a real what we call lean back experience. It's like, yeah, listen to some music. Yeah, or I walk into a restaurant and there's a bit of music playing. Yeah. There's no, we've lost that beauty of being engaged and falling in love with music and part of the community of artists, and finding an artist that you've just found and no one else knows about it, and you've just wandered into a pub or something and they're playing a gig there, and you're sitting there going, this fucking guy's amazing, and then 3 years later it's like Ed Sheeran, and so it's like that's what Web3 gives you the opportunity to do, is to be part of that community that's engaged in what you're doing. I'm going to bring Alec in. Alec, thanks so much as always. And how do you feel? You're a winner now, Alec. I mean, you always were a winner, but are you feeling even more of a winner now?
Man, I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing. I'm excited. My first, I think this would be my first TokenTraxx collectible. So very excited. Tommy, you know this. I told you I wasn't going to be able to make it because I'm with my family all day today. But of course, the FOMO was just too severe. Couldn't miss it. Funny enough, we were talking the other day about NFT NYC, and I was telling you, like, I don't think I'm going to go. Like, maybe I'll just go for one night. Of course, about an hour ago, I just booked myself for the whole week. Because again, the FOMO
Yes,
was too severe, man. It's the same story. But I am looking forward to getting to hang out in person.
Yes, we're doing a party on Tuesday night, TokenTraxx party, Tuesday night, 8 till 12. I'm playing, I'm DJing. It's going to be in this incredible venue down in Tribeca called Lume, something like that. Fantastic. If anybody came to our event in London for NFT London last year, we had this brilliant event where we had projections all around the walls and we had all the artwork going, and it was just insane. We're going to do a similar kind of thing here in NYC. I'm so pleased that we managed to pull this off, because it was a real last minute thing. I wasn't going to do anything, and then typically, like you, Alec, I was like, fuck, I'm going to do, yeah, we got offered a venue for like super cheap, and it was like, yeah, of course we'll do it. So very, very excited to be, we're partnering up with a bunch of different people. I will be sending out invites for that party. It will be only invite only. We're not going to, because it's a small cap, it's only 200 people. So DM me for an invite if you're going to be in New York next week for NFT NYC. Let's carry on. We're going to carry on with another bit of music, and I'm very excited to bring up my brother Anton, Anton Redhouse, who's got a track called No Mix. So Anton, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Let's go.
Let's do it. Right, Anton, you want to tell us a little bit about this track before I play it, or shall I just play it?
Yeah, maybe just play it first.
I'm gonna play it. This is Anton Redhouse, and this is No Mix. SP1200 with those vibes with them beats, bro. Woo! Ooh, I mean, SP1200 vibes on those beats, mate. I'm loving doing it. Anton, do you know what an SP1200 is?
I'm not sure. What is it?
Okay, the SP1200 was made by Emulator back in the 80s. Actually, maybe a little bit late 80s, early 90s. It's one of the first sampling drum machines, and it was the drum machine. I'm very proud to say I have one. It's the drum machine that like DJ Premier used, and I think. Who else used it on the hip hop side? Quite a lot of people used it on the hip. I can't remember who, but a lot of people used it on the house side. So like Kenny Dope used it, Todd Terry, Roger Sanchez, all those kind of DJs. It has a real funky like shuffle groove vibe that is totally unique to it. It's really, really good. But those beats are straight out of the SP1200 house, mate. They are fucking great. Love it. Love the tune. Tell us a little bit about that. How did you make it? What's your vibe? What's your inspiration?
Well, it's actually just for me, just a typical COVID production. I was just sitting at home, my home studio, during COVID, with nothing else to do, and just trying to produce some songs. I think you can feel the vibe a little bit. I was just hanging out. Actually, the first summer, and I don't know if you remember, the 2020 summer was amazing. It was super hot, sunny weather. So I don't know, maybe I took the inspiration from there, and
What DJs and producers are you influenced by?
Oof, that's a tough question. There are so many. I would say production-wise, maybe Charmy. I'm not really into dubstep, but I love Skrillex. I think he's one of the best producers out there. I was also a big Hardwell fan when I was younger. But yeah, I would say Charmy maybe.
Yeah, I can feel that vibe in there. We are actually joined on stage by my brother Abana, who is a DJ and a house producer as well. Abana, what you saying, brother? Nice to have you up on here, mate.
How you doing, baby? You good?
I'm so good, man. I haven't seen you in ages. You've not been on the Monday space for a while.
I have been quiet, my man. I've been dealing with my new UK visa that's currently in process, and I can actually share with you guys it just officially got announced, but I will be playing.
Woo!
I'll be playing EDC this year, my friend.
No way!
Yeah.
No way, brother.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, you know what? I just might have to come for that,
I think you
just
might,
so
bro.
I can stand there and fanboy you. You know? Yeah, I know him. I know that man. I know him. He's my friend.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be an exciting one. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, mate, I'm so excited. Are you going to be in New York next week?
So sadly, I had to actually cancel all of my gigs in New York, as well as LA for the next 2 weeks, because I can't leave the UK until the application is processed. Unfortunately, so I was playing in LA on the Saturday with Dennis Cruz and Chris Dussy. And then was that who was that speaking earlier that played the tune, or whose tune you played?
This is a new track on TokenTraxx. This is Anton Roadhouse, and the track was called No Mix. You gonna play that?
I
You should pick it up and play it out, man. It's a sick tune, isn't it?
What's their Twitter? I'm trying to find it. Which one is it?
Anton, do you wanna follow Abana from your own account and reach out to him? And of course, if you pick up, and Abana, if you win the competition tonight, you can pick that one, or you can just go straight to the marketplace and buy the motherfucking thing.
If I win, I'll buy another one for sure. I got you, bro.
There you go.
Absolutely. Yeah. Also, Anton, a friend of mine is Charmy's agent for Europe and the UK. So if you have any tracks you want me to send over, I can always send some stuff over.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah, give me a shout, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
You see, this is how this shit works. This is called this is community right here working. This is how it works. This is what we build in Web3. We build connections and community and support. Abana, you're a diamond for doing that. Thank you. You can. I just want to clarify. Okay, so I'm just going to clarify a couple of things here. So Miss Flow's NFTs are available at 305 tracks, which by today's money, I'm not sure what that is. What is 305 tracks, if anybody wants to tell us in today's money? I think it's 0.03, isn't it, for a track? Is 0.03 cents, not ETH. What's does it can someone work out what this is? So 305 tracks in dollars, please. Fluid is 520. How much is it?
So 305 tracks is around $10. So
they see
just under.
Oh my God, that's like 2 McDonald's milkshakes or some shit, 2 McDonald's milkshake and then like a wrap of some kind or whatever, you know what I mean? And this is going straight to the artists. Remember, it's going straight to the artists, supporting these artists on their first journey, on their inaugural Web3 journey. This is new artists, Fluid, Save the Bodega. That's another great one. Miss Flo, Ace de Flax. Did I mention that right? Anton, of course. Who else? Transatlantic J is another GetMinted project. If you are interested in being part of the GetMinted clan and the GetMinted thing. Oh, and also, I think, am I right in saying, I'll come to this in a minute. If you're interested in being, okay, so Ollie, what do people need to do if they want to be eligible or for a trial out for the GetMinted thing? It's not a given. You have to send your music in, and if we think we have a bit of a quality control on TokenTraxx. We don't just want any old rubbish on there. So if we think that your music's going to be really, really cool, then we would love to have you on. Ollie, what do you need to do to get on to GetMinted?
Super simple. So we've got a GetMinted part on our website, and we have a form, and you simply fill out the form and submit your NFT assets, so music, artwork, any utility you want to build in, and some information about you, the artist. And from there, that will be sent to our team for us to review, and then if you're chosen, you will be live on your selected release date.
And I'm part of the team, so I do accept bribes, of course. No, I'm joking. And is there a link handy in a tweet that we can stick at the top there for anybody that wants to get on the GetMinted guest list?
Yep, that's right. I'll just link it right now and I'll let you know within the next 1 minute when it's linked into the Twitter.
Do you know how to post it up to the top there? How to do it? How to post it? All you do is you just, when you find the tweet and you share it, and when you press the share button, because you're on a space, it will come up with the name of the space at the very top. You just click that at the top, and then it will appear on the Jumbotron at the top here. You see, I'm teaching everyone how to use Twitter Spaces today. So, Abana, come back to you, and then I think we're going to do the last competition winner, and then I think we're going to drop this space out. Abana, what else you got coming up, my brother, apart from sitting around in your flat waiting for your visa to come in?
Yeah, trust me. Man, I'm just working on music. The physicals of my drop right before the Sativa Jazz remix came out. Those are all getting shipped out in the next month. So that's always fun. So hopefully a lot of the collectors of mine will have their stuff before 420, which should be fun. And then, yeah, man, my art's going to be displayed at the Crypt Gallery in New York. So for those that are there, definitely go check it out. It's at the Dream Hotel on the 13th, I believe. So some of my pieces will be there. I'm one of 2 musicians that'll be check it out. It's at the Dream Hotel on the 13th, I believe. So some of my pieces will be there. I'm one of 2 musicians that'll be displaying their art at this gallery alongside a lot of the top artists like Nest Graphics, Too Much Lag, and loads and loads others. So yeah, I was supposed to play there and do some stuff as I was there for NFTLA. But yeah, just kind of working on that. I'm not dropping any more collections this year, just a couple one-of-ones that I'm working on. And yeah, just bringing on a community manager. I think somebody was speaking that earlier about kind of figuring out ways to engage the people who support you. And I think also, like, I think as an artist, especially coming new to the space, a lot of people are really focused on this, what they say, utility. I think don't worry too much about that. Worry about them understanding why you make music, why you're an artist, and why they should believe in you. And I think that translates a lot more long term and helps them look at your music in a non-financial way. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. I've just been working on tunes. Got another single coming up pretty soon, and then yeah, that's it, man. Some releases and then some gigs getting announced.
Amazing. And you come and see, if you're around. I'm not here next week, obviously I'm in New York, but the week after I'm around, come in, man. Come get some breakfast at the cafe up the road.
Absolutely, man.
Be lovely to see you. Be lovely to see you, get a proper catch up going on. Okay, this is hang on a minute. I think we need the special music. Here it comes. Here we go. Sorry, where we go. Where you go? Oh, hey, let's start again. Here we go. It's a competition time. Yeah, it's competition time. Competition time. Competition time. Yeah! Right, competition time. I'm going to get Twitter picker coming up. There's been quite a few, actually. But you have to be still in the room. So let's have a look at this list here. Who's here? Right. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. And this is not, I'm not biased in anything, but because he's still in the room and because, we want him to play the track out, I'm going to give the free one to drumroll Abana. Yes, my brother, you can have the free NFT tonight. I'm pretty sure I know which one you're going to pick, but just send DM.
Bro.
Yes, mate, exactly. So please send that your ETH address and DM the lovely TokenTraxx Twitter and DM that, and we'll get that to you soon, ASAP. Okay, everybody, I want to say massive thank you. I'm going to rug this one now. Massive thank you to everyone for coming and joining. I appreciate you can be anywhere. I think it's really lovely that people like Crypto and Alec and Be a Magician and all, and Abana have turned up here to support the new young artists that are coming through into this space. We need more of this. We're going to be running this at least once a month, if not more, because we're bringing on, we got about, 10, maybe 15, a couple of other quick things with TokenTraxx. Amazing stuff coming from TokenTraxx right now, actually. It's really hotting up. Some brilliant artists that are on there. We got a great drop with Sarah Main, which is called Keep Trying, which is an incredible job. You get all this utility, so much utility. Go and check out what she's doing with that Keep Trying. There's only like 1 or 2 of them left. So pick that up because it's really cool. One of the bits of utilities you get into free to any nightclub in Ibiza. So if you're heading out there at all this summer, then you'd be crazy not to. Sarah DJ'd the other night. She's absolutely fantastic DJ. I didn't realize she's really, really brilliant. She's also doing a project together with a partner called Data Verda, which is also available. There's a mint pass available on that. It's a free mint pass. It's going to give you a discount on the public price. So pick that up now because that's an insane project. Beautiful AI and AR rather artwork that comes alive when you look at it in a certain way, and incredible. And she's doing a whole book around this as well. You will get that as part of the NFT ownership. Definitely be picking up that shit. We've got DC Beats. We've got, as I said, Young AVK. shout out to Young AVK again. Psycho YP, we got my project, my Graffiti 6 project, which is insane. It's so good. There's so much great stuff on TokenTraxx. Kwame, if you're interested in learning more about the music business, Kwame is an incredible music manager. His project is available where you potentially buy some of his time. He'll help you with your project. Go and check that out. It's called Kwame Kwatan. That's a great one. And also check out our memberships, silver, gold, platinum memberships. Amazing staking. In platinum, you get 30%, which is insane. We are solid as a rock with our Trax tokens, so we're not going to be doing any Sam Bankman-Fried FTX shit on you. So yeah, go check out what they're doing. But also incredible like utility around the membership as well. We will pay for your like Spotify or even your Logic or even your Ableton or whatever. We will pay for it. Go and check it out. TokenTraxx, TokenTraxx.com. Follow the link at the top there. So everybody, want to say massive thank you to the team for coming and supporting me tonight. I want to say a massive thank you to all the heads that come and check out my Monday space that I've been doing since October 21 on music and NFTs. Fantastic, 6 p.m. UK. We always have great people on there. If you want to know more about what's happening in the Web3 world, come to that space, but also come and check out lots of other spaces. As I said, go and check out my resource because you'll find a load of the information in there. I'm just going to say a massive big love to all of you. Have a great rest of the night and take it easy. Goodbye.